Hello, this is Nikita Igorov with another assignment, this time for Comp 361, this one dealing with the Grassfire algorithm. Part 1 has us solving a pathfinding problem using this algorithm by hand. So as you can see here, I labeled every tile based on its distance to the destination, and two optimal paths exist that just diverge on these two cells. Part 2 has us write a program that implements the Grassfire algorithm and uses it to solve a pathfinding problem. So I will quickly demo my code before going over it. Here you can see are some input fields. I will just enter random values for testing. So each input field has the range listed on it, and if a user enters an invalid value, it will just be replaced with a random value that is valid. When we click submit, we could see our map here. The starting tile is blue, the ending tile is red. The green tiles show the path that the algorithm chose to take, and the yellow tiles show all the possible paths that it could have taken. And we can click submit again to see all the different variations that could be done with these inputs. Now I will briefly go over the code. So this is the logic part of the code. The Grassfire algorithm itself is right here. It iteratively goes through the graph, marking down each tile based on its distance to the source. The find path function goes through the graph from the start to the from the start node, attempting to get to the end node. It checks the potential neighbors, and it's got to make sure that they are not walls, that they haven't been visited already, and that they are not out of bounds. Then it finds the minimal of the neighbors, so the tile closest to the destination, and moves there. There is also a recursive function that's called find all paths, which is what creates those yellow tiles. It recursively finds every possible path and adds it into the visited _r set. Next, we have validate input. So this is the function responsible for making sure that the user inputs are, are numeric. They are less than 8, or for this one, for example, is more than 8, right? And so on. And this is the function that sets up the graph, which just makes a matrix and then adds walls based on the probability or the percentage that the user entered. As far as the graphical interface, I am using PySimple GUI because it's simple. I have this function to calculate the size of the window for the graph. This is the layout for my window. This is the function that draws the grid. So you can see here for every cell, right? So every ij, it's going to get its position. It's going to get the symbol that should be there, right? So whether it's a wall, start, end, or a number, then color codes each one, draws the tile, draws the text in the tile. And this is the input loop. So it's going to read the values from the window. On submit, it's going to keep regenerating a graph with the user inputs until it generates one where there is a path, right? So I just make sure that there's always a path with the user values, and then it just calls all those functions I mentioned before in order, and then draws the graph. And that's it. Thank you.